2, 1.
Hello guys, this is the Solar Depot here for a video. This is, we are going to be talking about Season 7. Does it belong in the classic series or the new series? Why is this a debate? Every single season is part of a series. Well, Season 7 is kind of strange. In the UK, it used the old intro, and it was noticed part of the classic series, old intro, old stuff, you know what I mean. And then, but in the US, where I live, it was used the new theme song and the new narrator, Michael Brandon. And in the US, the classic series was always narrated by George Carlin and then turned to Alec Baldwin. So, what the new series always did is release new characters, is what people say. So, the new character aspect is kind of part of the new series. But think about it. Season 8 had no new characters. So, that doesn't really matter. Because Season 8 had new characters, but Season 7 does have new characters. Emily, who is my least favorite from the season, who has now grown into being one of the biggest characters in the show, which makes no sense. If they wanted a female lead, they should have gone a different route and did one of the earlier female leads. The first female introduced into the show, I believe, was Daisy. I know that Daisy is a diesel and all, but I believe Emily was the first female steam engine. She was. I guess they went to a steam engine, and yeah, I guess Emily was the only choice. And actually, I have a lot of Emily merchandise. I have the Take and Play Emily. I have the Tommy Emily. Of course, I have that Busy Book Emily. That's not actually a lot. And then here's Fergus. I loved Fergus as a little kid, and I still like him now. But what I was always anchored by is I could never find a take-along Fergus. Because online shopping wasn't really that big of a thing when take-along was around. I mean, I know that people did it, but it wasn't that big of a thing as it is now. Now everyone will just go on eBay and get a take-along, and go on eBay and get something, or go on Amazon. You don't really need to go on eBay. So, but now it is a big thing. When I was little, I had this DVD called, I think it was called Brave Little Engines, and the Fergus episode was in it. In fact, I know there were 3 Fergus episodes, but one of the Fergus episodes was in it. It was Fergus Breaks the Rules, and I was always looking for a take-along Fergus. I was never able to find one. No matter where I looked, I was never able to find a take-along Fergus. And that always made me so sad, because my other brand was Tommy or Checkmaster, and they didn't make one. They made a wooden Fergus, but I'm not a wooden collector. I was never a wooden collector. I only have a few woodens because they came with DVDs. The only woodens I have are Thomas, Edward, Donald, Scarloey, and Duncan. I used to have a James and a Percy. I lost them because I took my woodens places when I was little. I took them to school for indoor recess when in first grade we had the wooden had the wooden train table, and since they actually didn't, because I didn't like normal trains, I liked Thomas, so I brought in my wooden Thomas trains, and my friends bought some trains too. But I don't know. I don't even know where I got onto that. But I was never. This isn't even. Why am I rambling about Fergus? Fergus is cool. Too bad it never appeared after season 7. Next up is Arthur. I love Arthur. Arthur's cool. Same thing with Arthur. I was never able to find a take-along Arthur when I was little. I was never able to find a take-and-play Arthur. And then when they redesigned Arthur, I found him and I got him. But I love Arthur. He's a great character. Now on to my favorite character of season 7. Murdoch. Murdoch was my 3rd favorite character when I was little. First was Neville, second was Molly, third was Murdoch. I don't know why. They were those three are the 3 least favorites for fans. Actually, no, Emily's the main least favorite. But I don't know. I just find Murdoch so cool. He's just awesome. He looks awesome. Now, when I was little, I got the take-along Murdoch. I got the Tommy Murdoch. I didn't get the wooden Murdoch because I wasn't a wooden collector. But I loved Murdoch as a little kid, and I still love him. He's awesome. Now next to probably the most popular character of the season, Spencer. Spencer is a great character. He's not one of my favorites, but when I was little, I had the Tommy Spencer. My older sister had the Tommy Spencer. My older sister had a few Tommys. My older sister had Tommy Thomas, Edward, Ben, Spencer, and Duck. It was actually the Steam Thomas, with the Steam Along Thomas set. Ah, memories. On to something. Onto it. So, as being American, and Thomas is kind of, in the earlier years, Americans kind of got screwed for Thomas because they got them like years later. So, season 7, out of all the seasons ever in Thomas, we got screwed the most with season 7. And to me, I grew up listening to Michael Brandon's voice because I always tuned in at 3:30 when I was little to watch, on PBS Kids to watch Thomas, and it was always a Michael Brandon episode. And most of my DVDs were Michael Brandon or George Carlin or Alec Baldwin. I can't stand Michael Angelus's narration, which is the UK version, which is the classic series. Now time for the big reveal. Does season 7 belong in the new series or the classic series? This is my decision. As I delete this box, you will see my decision of what I think. So, let's go over it. Characters, they seem more like new series characters to me. Episodes, they seem like classic episodes to me. So now this is the dividing factor. Did I pick new series or classic series? New series. Season 7 is a new series season. I know, you might ask, but the episodes are good. The episodes had their flaws. For example, the narrative episodes weren't very good, like Trusty Rusty, The Old Bridge. They weren't very good. They were okay. I mean, the crashes were unrealistic. I mean, Skarloey, Renee's, and Duncan almost outright died. Like, how'd they survive that? How'd they stay stable? Mostly Duncan and Renee's. You're not Renee's. Renee's, I don't even know anymore. And like episodes like The Spotless Record, Peace and Quiet, they were awesome. Though Peace and Quiet was a little boring, Spotless Record was not. Arthur had this huge crash, and there was also a lot of cool crashes that season. All of the Snowman episode with Oliver, I forgot what it was called. Sorry, I'm like losing it right now. Best Dressed Engine was awesome. Gordon Spencer was awesome. The Fergus episode was great. And I know that seems classic, but I don't know. I'm from America. The DVDs they had that were season 7 had the new theme song, Michael Brandon narration. I know a lot of people can't stand Michael Brandon's narration, but I grew up listening to Michael Brandon, and I love whenever I hear Michael Brandon speaking, narrating episode of Thomas. It just brings back so many childhood memories. And season 7, I grew up watching the new series, and season 7 was one of those seasons that I really grew up watching, and to me, it's just new series. Most people would say classic series. I say new series. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching, guys. Subscribe today, and that really brought back making that video really brought back a lot of memories from my childhood, like watching season 7, listening to Michael Brandon, searching for a Fergus, searching for an Arthur, playing with my Tommy Spencer and Murdoch. I miss being a kid. I miss Take Long.